First video of 2023. Never thought we'd start it back here in my old room where it all started.
Do you like living in Washington? Yes, I love it.
Going through all my IG stories and snap memes from 2022, I was shocked at how fast it went by. I'm doing my makeup actually to record my podcast later today. Wait, first I want to put my hair up. Sony got me some new claw clips. These are velvet. You guys know I recently moved back home temporarily, like for the holidays and whatnot, and while I look for an apartment, it's definitely been amazing being back home. Definitely feel like my quality of life is better here. I'm outside way more, I'm walking way more, and you know when you're back home and there's just like more food and your parents cook for you and things like that. It's actually so interesting too. I have an Apple Watch that you guys know, like it's embarrassing how addicted I am to it. Not even just for working out, but just for every day. Like I need my statistics every day of how many steps I took, what my resting heart rate was, like all of that. I will sacrifice an aesthetic to wear my Apple Watch. But something that was really significant is my walking heart rate. Mine has gone significantly down, so that's cool, and that's like a sign of just like better cardiovascular health. So I'm thinking because I'm like walking so much every day, and it does low-key make me wish that I had made this decision earlier, just because I do kind of feel like the last few years in LA were a waste of time. I feel like a lot of that was because of the pandemic, whatever, but I think I was just ready for a change for a long time. Now that it's been some time, I forget how many weeks, I think it's been like 6 weeks at this point though, I did want to share with you guys and just be really honest some of the negatives or just some things I've been like noticing. I have been starting to feel a little like, I don't know if it's FOMO or just like the itch to get on with my life. Not so much, because I do have a really good routine here, and you know, it's all part of the process, and I feel like the pros definitely do outweigh the cons, but I feel like enough time has passed now to where it's like, okay, like, you know, I've been watching people's stories and it's like, damn, I kind of want to like travel and like do stuff. I do have a trip planned soon. That kind of helps like with the feeling, but I definitely feel this like itch, and I feel like a lot of us feel that at the beginning of a new year regardless. We see people around us like sharing their resolutions and their goals, or maybe what they accomplished in 2022, and it's so easy to feel this restless, like impatient energy, like, oh my god, I just want to be there already, I just want to have the end result already. So I've been lightly feeling that on like a personal goal related level. I think it's also that week in between Christmas and New Year's as well. You know, it's a great time, it's a break for a lot of people. A lot of people really need that. A lot of us need more of a break throughout the year, but I definitely felt like I was getting restless at the end of it, which I'm sure some of you were too. Like, oh my god, I just want people to start replying to my emails, you know? All of my foundations right now are like too dark, except this CoverGirl one, and I don't really want to use that, so we're gonna see if this is gonna be fine. This might work for me this summer when I have a nice little Bondi Sands fake tan going on. So let me know if you can relate. It's not like I'm like sitting around just being so lonely and bored every day. Like, that's really not the reality at all. I love being around my family, and I think it was really time for me to live with people again. I don't know. Definitely some things were an adjustment. Like, I have to take into consideration other people's schedules now. You know, there's only one bathroom. So it is like a give and take. But I was talking about this in a podcast, I think. Something I try to often do, remind myself. So often, you know, we're just like, not even really living in the moment, but we're just like living our lives. We're like, oh my god, I can't wait until this, I can't wait until that, blah blah blah. But then you look back at that time of your life and you're like, oh my god, you know, I should have been more grateful for that, or like I should have enjoyed that more. I didn't even know how good I had it. So I've been like trying to remind myself of that too. So I did want to share some of my goals with you guys. Let me know what yours are down below. I read 30 books in 2022, so this year I definitely want to read, you know, like hopefully that many. On Goodreads they have a yearly reading challenge, so for 2023 I put 15 books, because you know, that's like more than one book a month. And then if I do over that, you know, and surprise myself, that's good, but if I meet that, then it's still like, okay, I read over a book a month. My Goodreads will be linked down below. It's always linked down below if you guys want to see what books I read in 2022, but here are some of my favorites. Another one of my goals is to focus on enjoyment. I'm very like anxiety type A personality, and you know, that can also come out in good ways. Like, I'm very organized, you know, it's easy for me to like create a routine and stick to it. Time management is one of my greatest strengths. Like, I literally have the best time management ever. So when it came to thinking about goals or resolutions for 2023, what I need to work on is more so relaxing. It's just crazy, like when you learn about anxiety and whatnot, you realize how many thoughts you have, or like how many circumstances were actually just anxiety. So with that, I think also goes not overthinking. I heard something from a therapist on TikTok. She was talking about when you go to make content, how so many people are like, oh my god, I don't have any ideas, like I literally don't know what to make a video about. Sometimes that can be a freeze response because your brain's trying to like keep you safe. If I truly was being creative and expressing myself and doing something I really enjoyed, that makes you a lot more vulnerable. And I definitely have experienced that. Like, I feel like finally now I'm at a place where I like my content. You know, I have my podcast that I really like and like I'm finally proud of. It's not just something I kind of like do on the side sometimes because people request it, but even like my TikTok, you know, it's so much easier to just do like trends and little voiceover silly videos because, oh, everybody does those, you know, it's not as much of a risk, so it feels easier. So that's another thing I want to work on. I did write down releasing perfectionism and fear and anxiety. Y'all, it's so crazy. On the Gemini full moon, which was apparently like a really powerful full moon for like releasing stuff, whatever. I'm definitely into that kind of stuff and I pay attention to it, but I'm not someone who necessarily does like a full moon or a new moon ritual like every month. So I wasn't even really thinking about it. But bro, I had the most vivid dream that this person I know that's a Gemini came in my dream and was like, you need to release fear. And it's just so weird because like I hadn't thought about that person in a while and I wasn't like actively thinking at that time, like, I need to let go of like more fear and anxiety. You know how sometimes you dream that, oh, someone said something, but you just like have the memory, like you just know they said something. It's not like you necessarily actually heard their voice. Like this was like, I heard their voice so loud. It was so weird. Like that doesn't often happen to me. I was reading this article and they were talking about how perfectionism definitely gets in the way of achieving our goals or sticking with our goals. Let's say you have a goal to like be healthier. So one of your ways to achieve that is to go to the gym every day. So let's say like, oh, you're going, you're like, yay, I feel so good. But then let's say you start beating yourself up because you don't look like this other person that goes to the gym or this girl you saw online and you're like, oh my god, like I'm not there yet. I'm not getting these like perfect results yet, whatever. So I might as well just give up. Part of overcoming perfectionism is just learning how to be uncomfortable, because perfectionism is basically just wanting to not feel uncomfortable or like shame, like you're not good enough. So it's like, oh, if I'm perfect, if I do everything perfectly, like there's no way that I can like feel bad, you know? So just like learning about shit just makes it easier to forgive yourself. You can catch yourself when it's happening to you and be like, oh, like this is that and this is how I can get through it. When it comes to making goals, we can often be very like, oh, like once I achieve that, then I'll be happy, or like then, you know, my life will feel complete, I'll feel complete, you know, I won't feel anxious, I won't feel bad, I won't feel like anything negative, whatever. And that's often not true. And we've seen it time and time again, like, you know, people will get wildly successful, rich, and famous, and like whatever your definition of success is, and they're just not satisfied. So I definitely this year want to focus on, you know, enjoying the moment, and I guess just being more present, prioritizing joy. And I think with that also comes, you know, being uncomfortable. Like it's kind of like everything in one. Oh my god, I really want to travel, but I'm like scared of flying, or it just overwhelms me or makes me anxious. It's like getting through the temporary anxiety for the long-term like joy and memories and like connection building with your friends or whatever. So let me know what some of your guys' goals are. As far as my plans for this year, you guys know I definitely want to move, but also one of my goals this year is to travel. I feel like there's so many places I haven't been, even within the US, and you know, obviously with COVID we couldn't travel as much as some of us wanted to. So I told you guys I already have a trip planned, so let me know what kind of travel content you like. I definitely want to bring it back to like my 2016 Paris vlogs type beat. Those were just so fun and entertaining to watch, so y'all have that to look forward to. And another thing that is kind of connected to my goal of like joy or prioritizing joy is just creating content that I really enjoy, because I feel like, again, like when you're focused on almost like what feels good in the moment, not in like oh, I have anxiety so I'm gonna avoid it because that feels good. Instead of thinking like, oh, like what's gonna like make me grow, what are people really gonna like what's gonna do well, what's the algorithm gonna like instead just what do I really enjoy creating, and doing more of that, because I feel like when you're authentic, people respond well to that and it's just more fun. Okay, wait, I also just, this is not sponsored, but I have to share with you guys this because I forgot I had this and I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna use this today because it's so good. I swear, Tarte is becoming like more and more one of my favorite makeup brands. I'm not even on their PR list, please add me to your PR list, but this is their Awake by Tarte Sunshine Stick. It's a like stick cream highlighter, but it's not sparkly, like it just gives you the best glow, and every time I use this I'm just like, oh my god. So I don't know if they had like an Awake collection or something, but yeah, that definitely makes sense for this product because it definitely just brightens up your face, and it's not like shimmery or like 2016 makeup, 2015, like no offense. I just feel like it opens up your face so much. Anyway, if you guys have tried this, let me know, but it's so good. This is also a really good product from Tarte. Again, not sponsored, like they won't even reply to my DMs, but this is their Juicy Lip. So let me just do a little liner first. I'm not like a lipstick girl, like I also feel like I have a double lip line, so if I go to the outer line it looks like I'm overlining my lips, but then if I go to the inner line it's like I want my lips to look bigger than that. So I'm really just like a little bit of a lip liner and like a lip gloss girl because I just feel like it looks more natural and stuff. So again, like this isn't a lipstick. It's a really moisturizing, like I would say in between a lipstick, like kind of, and a lip gloss. But I use this so much. I got like 3 more during Black Friday because I want to stock up for the year. Obviously one of my goals is to move, Obvi, but we already said we're not really like talking about that too much yet. And one of my big goals is to grow my podcast. It's just something I've really been enjoying, and I've also been enjoying stepping it up, like making it better. Some of y'all know I created a separate IG and TikTok account at Stella Podcast. Especially the IG account has so much fresh content, and it's fun to kind of think of it as a brand, because I feel like just posting pics on IG is like, okay, yeah, I'll just post an outfit pic. But this has like been a little, not like harder, but just a little more work, like a little more thought goes into it, and I feel like it's actually helpful content. So that's gonna be all I talk about in this chit chat. Get ready with me. Y'all see the makeup is done. If you have any questions on what I used, let me know. And definitely stay tuned for this week's podcast. I'm so excited. It's the first episode of the year, and I already have some ideas on how I'm gonna like make it different, like the same but different, but just like better. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Again, I hope you had an amazing New Year's. If you didn't, bitch, you have the whole year to make up for it. Comment down below one of your goals or something you're letting go of in 2023, and I will see you guys next time. Bye everyone.